Right? 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 Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Arachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, taught us the truth. Honors and salutations to the elect, and to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because they shall arise first. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer, because he's come to deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. All right, my name is Mark Oliver and Gab and Yasharala, Church of Philadelphia, camp here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Once again, coming back at you, with another lesson, man. And like I says, just thinking out loud, thinking about the destruction of this place, and everybody that you try to come and talk to, but it's only for the elect. But the Lord allows those things to happen, right? For you to run out and try to warn the people. That's man. The matter of fact, let's see if we can get it real fast. Salaki, I know it's a little late. Salaki for not having a couple videos up, man. There's no excuse for anything, you know. First, just bear with me real fast. Just one thing, man. Why, it's a share. Like this work of ours and this truth of ours, man. This is a constant battle. It's a constant fight. You also have to but you gotta remind yourself of this is not your rest. This is not your place to relax. The Lord is heating things up, on a high level, man, on a great level. All right. I'm just glad I had a chance to come back down here. It's one of my main spots, man. I love this place. And of course, you're going to hear a lot of bull crap. No matter whenever you go do the work of the Lord, you always going to have. It's a 24-hour thing. All right, this is a 24-hour job. You're on call, man. Whether you believe it or not, And these spirits know who you are. And I'm talking to the elect. Lord's willing, I'll be a part of that number, and I'm not saying am of the elect. But like when you read the scriptures about Yahweh Shai, he's the ultimate elect. He's the first spirit ever created. So everything that he went through, you know, the elect are gonna have to go through as well. You know, it's just a how you say a test. You know, to see where you're worthy of. So let's go here first. Matthew, St. Matthew chapter 14, start at verse 13. Let me get this in the KJV first. All right, then we can grab it in the NLT. All right. So it's the book of St. Matthew, chapter 14, and verse, hold on. Hold on, Slack. Yo, cut, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's go to the book of St. Matthew. All right. We're going to read all the way down because this is going into the kingdom of heaven and the talents. You know, because whenever you're given a certain talent, you know how they say like talent shows and this, that. Your talent is what you're given from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem HaRachakodash. And can't no man take it away from you. No matter how hard they try, they cannot take it away from you. All right, check this out. This is Matthew 25th chapter because it says the parable of the talents. All right, and this is the men, Lord's willing, that's on this live and everything. The Lord set you up for a reason, and now is not the time to fool, man. That's why I said thinking out loud. You know, sometimes it gets rough. You know, because you're in the flesh. But Yahweh Shai is the ultimate example. And look at right now. That's an example right now. Look what's about to happen. This is all the prophecies, man. The Lord is always shifting. He's a shifter. You know? The ultimate shifter. And a lot of things are being shifted out right now. So this is Matthew chapter 25, the start of verse 14. It says the parable of the talents. All right? Because this is what every man has. All right, you see that? You see that? You know? This is all your talents. Message to the elect. All right? Thinking out loud. It says, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. You know? And that's the kingdom of heaven, man. A lot of people, you got a lot of these rappers in these Christian churches talking about, oh, the kingdom of heaven, you got to die. And yo, the kingdom of heaven is right in front of your face. You know? The kingdom of heaven is right in front of your face. That's why the Lord said it will come without observation. The Lord is about to raise up the rightful owners of this place, going into what's that? Shalak, hold on. Going into Job 9:24. All right, when it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right, the Lord is raising up the kingdom of heaven. You know, because it's inside of those men. And check it out. This is Yahweh Shai's words, man. All right, it says start again. Matter of fact, you know what? 25:14. Just bear with me real fast. Okay. All right, this parable of the talents is now. This is Yahweh Shai speaking because he's talking to the kingdom of heaven. Yahweh Shai, yo, Yahweh cares about his men, all right? Cares about his men so much. And it tells you that he sent his only begotten son. Who is that? Yahushua. And those ones that believe on Yahushua, they believe on Yahweh. The Lord been telling you this since so long. All right? Check this out. It says, for the kingdom of heaven, this is Matthew chapter 25, verse 14. It says, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country. And yo, did not the Lord send Yahushua to travel? You know, we are travelers, man. All right, check this out. Let's get that word, traveling. You know, traveling to a far country. Check this out.
Strong's G 589. Apademeo.
Apademeo, right? Which is to go away into foreign parts, go abroad. They're going to foreign parts. And yo, if you look up the Hellenistic era, the Hellenistic Jews and everything, we once thought that we was Greeks, man. You know, we thought that we was of another nation. Even going back into the Egyptians and everything. We thought that we was those people. That's why when we got led into the wilderness, which the Lord, all he was doing was just trying to, you know, separate the weak from the strong. You know? Once you come into this truth, man, you can say you got a target on your back, if you will. But that same target is going to be lifted up off you. Why? Because this place is going down. They're trying to put a target on everybody's back that fully believe, man. You know? Anyway, I'm going to go back. Matthew chapter 25, verse 14, it says, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country. And that's what we're doing, traveling, man. Because, yo, the Lord brought us here to Babylon, where we are right now. You know? We're not from here. We're not from this place what they call America. This is not what the Lord intended from the beginning. Well, you know, if you want to, if you will, he did, but it's because of our own disobedience. And he is the author of everything. All right? Check it out. It says, for the kingdom, Matthew chapter 25, verse 14, it says, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. All right? And that's what we're doing, man. And that, when I start with Yahushua, Yahushua was just telling you, you know, a man traveling, that's like, you gotta do whatever. You like, listen, I need you to go here, flip this, do this, that, right? You know, so the Lord is like, man, he gives you the talents. He gives you, what I'm saying is like your talents, man. You know, I don't get that word, but your talents is everything that he has given you. So you travel, like, yo, even right down here where I'm at, the stadiums and all that, right? You got all these different entertainers, right? Basketball players. And they all fall under the same umbrella, man. But they all come from a different place, and they come to different lands to perform with the talents that the Lord gave them. But they use them for Esau, man. You know? They use them for Esau. And that's why, you know, and same thing with us, vice versa. You know? All the prophets was heavy on that you want to go hard for Baal, this is going to happen to you. You know? A lot of things is about to transpire because of the wickedness of our people and the wickedness of this place. All right, check it out. Verse 15. Matthew chapter 25, verse 15. It says, and unto one he gave 5 talents, and another 2, and to another 1. To every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. So, yo, when you look at a straight way, matter of fact, let's look at that. That's like your focus, your determination. All right? Lord sends you on a mission, you like, yo, gung-ho for it. All right? Check it out. It's not even going to bring that up. There's several. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's get this one. Streetway. Let's get that one. Check this out.
Strong's G 2112. Eutheos. Eutheos.
There.
Here's lexicon. Related entry. Euthus. Euthus.
Okay. So that's your drive, man. All right. It says straightway, immediately, forthwith. All right. When you hear this word, like with Jeremiah, you hear the gospel, the good news. I mean, the Lord comes and reveals things to you. It's a sense of emergency. You gotta get out here and do it. Let's say Nike says just do it. This is a sense of emergency. It's a straightway. You like a horse with the jaws on the side of the bridles. That's crazy because they call them bridles, but bridle is like, you're married, so you don't have eyes for nothing else but what you see in front of you, and what you see in front of you, that's the Lord, man. And that's what you're supposed to come, because when you first came into this thing, the Lord showed you all these other different things and everything that's on this planet that's about to perish, because like I said, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man. Right now, like I just look around and I see, man, like the people, the conditions, like it was a woman that just passed away. I just recently checked out on, Facebook or whatever. And I know her, like when I first started coming into the truth and everything, she was around. But she took the way of the how would you say when the scriptures tell you like a woman is not supposed to lie with a woman, man. She took that route. So now she's gone. So it's like, and I had to look at that. I was like, damn, man, I told her. It ain't, forget me. It ain't just about me, man. It's just about telling the truth. Everything is about the truth. And you can't never deny that. And that's why the Lord gave you these different talents, because you got some men, they given a talent, they try to shut it up, try to hide it. Oh, nope, no, I can't say that, Lord, because I fear for my job, I fear for this. Man, there's so much stuff going on right now. This is a message to the elect. Like I said, it's thinking out loud, just talking. Your best bet from the beginning of time is to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Ba'ashem HaRachakodash. Salakia. That's your best bet. There's nothing else besides that. And you can look at it. You look at like how people came up in this world. Just keep going. Forgive me. We got the scripture the brother got up here. Shalom Kodash. This is Luke chapter 17 and verse 20. It says, and when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, lo here, or lo there. Behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. And that's right, man. The kingdom of the Lord is within you. Right thing, like, and this is how you know it's the truth. Because you got certain brothers out here, right? You be around and they be like, when you throwing your oils and things of that nature, whatever, and they be like, man, you smell like the kingdom. And it's not even that, because you got so much, the stench of this place stinks. And it stinks to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. It even stinks in the nose of a man that belongs to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Ba'ashem HaRachakodash. But he knows, because he gave him that instinct. But it don't come with observation, because look what's going on right now. You got the feds, CIA, all those alphabet guys watching, want to see who the men of the Lord are, and they all up in your business and all that. But they don't even dig, man. Though the Lord is drawing you in to destroy you. You know? Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Slocky for rambling. Matter of fact, let me read the other scripture the brother has up here. The brother, he threw up the what's the name? This is late 13th century. My eyes is a little messed up. Insulation, disposition, will desire, 1300 feeling, emotion, passion. There you go, passion. Serves now desolate. That's right, man. You gotta have a passion for this word. You know, Mel Gibson even showed you that with that dumbass movie, The Passion of the Christ. But he showed you the passion that you gotta have for this word, man. All right. And forgive me, I know I might be rambling, so forgive me if I am. But back in Matthew 25, and verse 16, it says, "Then he that had received 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents." So he went and he did the work. You know, this thing is deadly serious, man. This is Yahweh Shah's word, and Yahweh Shah was telling you. What Yahweh Shah is saying right here, he's like, man, listen, Yahweh sent me, and I'm coming to talk to everybody. How do you say, on every corner, every block and all that? I'm coming to talk to all y'all, and I'm going to give you this product, and you better bring back the Lord's money. Straight like that. You better bring back the Lord's money. If not, you're going to get slaughtered. And you better follow after the guidelines and everything that comes with that, man. You know? Check it out. It says, so I'm going to read this again, verse 16, Matthew chapter 25, verse 16. It says, "Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents." So, he went and traded with the ones that was like-minded. All right? He ain't go to the ones that was crazy-minded thinking. But, you got people, once you find out that they're not about this word, you keep it pushing, man. And they always going to try to come and try to make you seem like you crazy and all that. No. You just push this word the way the Lord gave it to you. You're going to have righteous men. You're going to have wicked men. And that's just the bottom line of this truth. All right. It's verse 17. It says, "And likewise, he that had received two, he also gained another 2. All right. Because what he did, he brought the Lord's money back. And that's what it's all about right now, because you want to hear those words, what's it say? Well done, my good and faithful servant, man. That's what you want to hear right now. Well, not right now, but when everything goes down. All right, and the rest of these people are perishing because they didn't believe what you said. And not just they didn't believe what you said, they didn't believe what he said. Because this is bigger than us. All right? It says, but he that had received, verse 18, back in Matthew 25, verse 18, it says, but he that had received one went and digged in the earth. See that? He digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money, man. So why would you do that? I'm just going to hide this so can't nobody spend it. You gave it to me, I'm hoarding it. Nah, when you get this word, the Lord said, like Jeremiah, man, it says like fire. Shut up in my bones, man. Like when you get the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachak, you can't contain them, man. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta let that thing fly, man. Cause you never know who, like fishing. Throw it like back in the day. Cause now you got the fishers now. They throw one, and they just talking about the fishers. Guess you could say residential, because you gotta have a certain license or whatever. Even the other fishers too, but they just throw one line out there And now you just this nope. The Lord said, yo, he threw the whole cast of the net out. That's why this is known as the World Wide Web, man. You know, that's the net, the internet. You know, listen, we're casting out the debate. Debate is the words of Yahweh Hashem outside. Now, whether you bite or not, that's up to him. You know, but when you draw in the net and everything, some things gonna have to get cast out because you gotta realize you're working with a whole sea. All right, you're working with a whole sea, man. You know, not the Shemayim, that's the heavens, but that's also like a firmament. When you got the firmament right here, and that's where the whales and Leviathan and things of that nature rest and lay, man. You know, so you gotta really like understand what the Lord is saying, because everything is metaphors. You know, the Lord is the greatest rapper of all time. I say the GOAT, the God of all things. That's what they say, God of all things, man. You know, that's Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. You know, not this wicked people who's just given to him. All right, check it out. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 25. Yo, you know that we're not lying to tell you, we're telling you the truth, because look at all the things that's happening on the earth right now. Russia, Ukraine, China, Taiwan, America, with the Iran. You know, all these things are written of, man. You know? All these things are written of in the book that a lot of people hate. When I even got people now, they know you in to this word, they want to come and start hollering at you. Oh, well, what you said about, that ain't what I said. It's what the Lord said. It's the scriptures, man. All right. Shalaki, I know I'm rambling a little bit, so please forgive me. Like I said, it's just random thoughts, man. You know? And this is what the Lord gave every man. He gave him his talent. You know? Go out there and do my work. You're a man to come on the block. You got work. If you want to keep it in your pocket because you're scared, then so be it. Your consequences are going to be your consequences. You want to get rid of that work. You want to distribute the work. All right? Check it out. It says, because, the Lord knows who to give his talents to, man. All right? Check it out, verse 20. Matter of fact, let's go back to Matthew 25 and 19. It says, after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoned with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought another 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. And you go into the book of Acts, right? Where are the apostles, man? You know, whatever talent they had, they brought back way more. It tells you, when they did certain things, that was all through the Spirit, power, mercy, and grace of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Yahushai. It's like, another so many souls was added on. But these people don't even dig it, man. You know, they think that they're the ones in control. No, the Lord is in control, man. I remember when I first started teaching alone, I was a dude. He's an Israelite, Sicilian brother. He used to try to buck up against things, but I remember I invited him. I said, yo, man, this before I had the camera and everything. I said, yo, just come out here and just listen to the word, man. The dude came out there, but when he came, it was like he was disrespectful, because he was like, man, I just gained another soul. And I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta chill, because when you come into the house of the Lord, you're supposed to be eager to hear, not to talk. Because we've been speaking so much bullshit. You gotta hear the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Yahushai, which I believe comes from our apostles, and that was a great millstone, man. And that's why we wake up, because the Lord puts those words, because you gotta hear them. You could just see a dude out there teaching, oh, y'all know more than him. How do you know more than him? You know? Because you're just looking at the flesh and not looking at the spirit. All right? Check it out. Verse 23, Matthew chapter 25, verse 23. Forgive me, I'm trying to breeze through this. All right? I'm going to verse 30. All right, this is Matthew chapter 25, verse 25. No, hold on, sir, 23, right? It says, his Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of Yahweh of thy Lord. All right? So, yo, listen. For you coming out here, holding it down, and being, standing so stiffly, with the John the Revelator saw, the ones he said, these the ones that stood so stiffly, these men, they have visions, man, and that's why they're written down, so they cannot never be forgotten, because the Lord is never going to let anything that he says be forgotten, no matter how anybody else thinks. That's why he sent his only begotten son to speak to us. Lord's willing to be a part of that number. If not, listen, we all got an expiration date. Some don't. And that's just as real as I could keep it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not the greatest man on this planet. None of us are. But we gotta trust and serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Chakwadash, and believe in those words, because even he knows that we're just earth and ashes. We're just dust, man. He understands that. Why? Because he made us. All right? Check it out. It says, verse 24, Matthew chapter 25, verse 24. It says, then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. All right? The Lord, you know what the Lord is about. Because when you come into this word and you hear these words, everybody's given the same opportunity. But it's about the elect, because they were elected from the beginning of times. All right? So everybody else that's not on that same wave as Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you're going to fall, man. And check it out. It says, and I was afraid, back in Matthew chapter 25, verse 25, it says, and I was afraid and went and hid thy talents in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. So he said he wanted to bury it. Why are you going to bury the truth? You're supposed to let it ring. Like, you're the seed. Once you're planted into this earth, because we're all seeds. We're planted into this earth. And, you're supposed to, like, right now, it's springtime? It's May the 2nd right now. You're supposed to come with the thunder, man. Come with the thunder. Double the Lord's his merchandise, his words. That's merchandise. That's money. Double his money, because his word is money. All right? Verse 26, it says, his Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant. Because, you can't be lukewarm. All right? Wicked and slothful. Thou wicked and slothful servant. Thou knowest that I reap where I sow not. Look at over there in Saudi Arabia, the different which the Lord's promise was. And you starting to see desolate lands be filled with water, vegetation, and all that, in a desert. That's the benefits of speaking the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Chakwadash, and ultimately believing in everything that he says. All right, check it out. It says, thou oughtest, Matthew chapter 25, verse 27 says, thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchanges, and then to my coming I should have received mine owned with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which have 10 talents. So the Lord took away what he gave him, like, yo, man, you drawed on me, man. You ain't do what I told you to do. Like, you were lame, man. You effing up. You know, you not about my business. You just trying to please man. You know, you want to be around men with the talents, man. You know, you let this thing fly. Just like you got a dandelion. When you got a dandelion, when you look it up, right? And you know how it looks like I guess you could say like a lollipop, something, and it's all white, and you blowing it, and that's all the seeds going out. Wherever the wind draws it, that's where it goes, and that's how we supposed to be with this word, man. We speak this word, and the winds and everything that the Lord created, it sends it out. It's the vibration. Just like you throwing a rock into the rivers, the ocean, or wherever. You know, it sends out that ripple effect, and it's constantly moving. You know, but you do it righteously. That's why I said without usury, man. All right, check it out. It says, verse 28, back in Matthew chapter 25, verse 28, it says, take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. So the Lord is going to take away, just like the men that know the Lord, the name of the Lord. Oh, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and all that, and you want some bullshit? Guess what? The Lord is going to take that name away from you these upcoming times. Because now you can call on him, because you know you hear it. Yo, it's a lot of things that the average man forgets, you know. But those names are the Father and the Son. You don't want to forget those. All right, check it out. Last scripture, Matthew 25 and 30. Salaki, I just one chapter. It says, and cast ye the unprofitable servant into utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. You know, and if you keep going down, all right, it's going into the judgment of this place. All right. I said just thinking out loud, you know, it's so much going on. So much going on. You got so many brothers doing videos on everything. You know, it's like you got one minute this happened, then they be like, oh, well, we're gonna stop. Nope. It's never gonna stop. You know? That wicked ass nigga. We're never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. That P. Diddy shit. I thought I told you that we won't stop. Yeah, that's what the Lord is telling you, that he's never going to stop. Once his word comes out of his mouth, it's going to accomplish everything that is set forth to do. All right? So Lord's willing, this was edifying. You know, it made sense. You know, just keep the faith. All right? Because we almost out of here. Lord's willing, I'll be a part of that number. Because I don't got to be a part. You know, and that's just keeping it real, man. Keeping it in the beam with you. Keeping it in the buck. I'm just a man. I'm flesh and blood, just like the next man. It's all about our spirit, and it's all about what spirit the Lord put into you. All right, so with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rechakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. And to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, because they shall arise first. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son. The Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer, because he's come and deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. To the next lesson, I'm going to say Mawafa Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.